Want to speak real Filipino from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at filipinopod101.com.
In this video, you'll learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Filipino. Hi everybody, my name is Camille. Welcome to the 800 Core Filipino Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Filipino. But there's a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we'll include the previous lessons at the end. So, after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at filipinopod101.com. Click the link to the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Filipino. Okay, let's get started. First is Kumusta? Hello. Kumusta? Kumusta? Hello. Kumusta, Maria? Hello, Maria. Kumusta, Maria? Mawalang galang lang. Excuse me. Mawalang galang lang. Mawalang galang lang. Excuse me. Mawalang galang lang. Nakita niyo ba ang aso ko? Excuse me, have you seen my dog? Mawalang galang lang. Nakita niyo ba ang aso ko? Pasensya na. I'm sorry. Pasensya na. Pasensya na. I'm sorry. Pasensya na po, hindi na po mauulit. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Pasensya na po, hindi na po mauulit. Magandang gabi. Good night. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Good night. Alis na ako. Magandang gabi. I'll go now. Good night. Alis na ako. Magandang gabi. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka, sir. Nice to meet you, sir. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka, sir. Kumusta ka? How are you? Kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? How are you? Uy, kumusta ka? Hey, how are you? Uy, kumusta ka? Oo. Yes. Oo. Oo. Yes. Oo, naiintindihan ko. Yes, I understand. Oo, naiintindihan ko. Hindi. No. Hindi. Hindi. No. Hindi. Ayoko niyan. No, I don't like that. Hindi ayoko niyan. Salamat. Thank you. Salamat. Salamat. Thank you. Salamat pero hindi ako ang nag-order nito. Thank you, but I didn't order this. Salamat pero hindi ako ang nag-order nito. Ako si. I'm. Ako si. Ako si. I'm. Ako si Erika. I'm Erika. Ako si Erika. Paalam. Goodbye. Paalam. Paalam. Goodbye. Paalam, ingat. Goodbye, take care. Paalam. Ingat. Masama. Bad. Masama. Masama. Bad. Siya ay lalaking masama. He's a bad boy. Siya ay lalaking masama. Mabuti. Good. Mabuti. Mabuti. Good. Ang gulay ay mabuti para sa iyo. Vegetables are good for you. Ang gulay ay mabuti para sa iyo. Maganda. Pretty. Maganda. Maganda. Pretty. Maganda ang damit mo. Your dress is pretty. Maganda ang damit mo. Pangit. Ugly. Pangit. Pangit. Ugly. Ang pangit na sisiw na pato ay naging isang magandang gansa. The ugly duckling became a beautiful swan. Ang pangit na sisiw ng pato ay naging isang magandang gansa. Madali. Easy. Madali. Madali. Easy. Ang pagrenta ng kotse ay hindi laging madali. Renting a car is not always easy. Ang pagrenta ng kotse ay hindi laging madali. Mahirap. Difficult. Mahirap. Mahirap. Difficult. Ang Ingles ay mahirap. English is difficult. Ang Ingles ay mahirap. Malapit. Near. Malapit. Malapit. Near. Ako ay nakatira malapit sa universidad. I live near the university. Ako ay nakatira malapit sa universidad. Malayo. Far. Malayo. Malayo. Far. Ang babae ay nakatingin sa isang bagay na malayo. The woman is looking at something far away. Ang babae ay nakatingin sa isang bagay na malayo. Maliit. Small. Maliit. Maliit. Small. Ang kotse ay maliit, ngunit ito ay talagang malakas. The car is small, but it's very powerful. Ang kotse ay maliit, ngunit ito ay talagang malakas. Okay, let's get started. First is ngayon. Today. Ngayon. Ngayon. Today. Maaraw ngayon. Today is sunny. Maaraw ngayon. Kahapon. Yesterday. Kahapon. Kahapon. Yesterday. Ako ay lumiban sa trabaho kahapon. I took a day off yesterday. Ako ay lumiban sa trabaho kahapon. Bukas. Tomorrow. Bukas. Bukas. Tomorrow. Bukas ay magiging maaraw. It will be sunny tomorrow. Bukas ay magiging maaraw. Linggo. Week. Linggo. Linggo. Week. Ako ay nagkaroon ng sipon ng isang linggo at hindi pa rin ako magaling. I've had a cold for 1 week and I still haven't got better. Ako ay nagkaroon ng sipon ng isang linggo at hindi pa rin ako magaling. Taon. Year. Taon. Taon. Year. Mayroong 12 buwan sa isang taon. There are 12 months in a year. Mayroong 12 buwan sa isang taon. Segundo. Second. Segundo. Segundo. Second. May natitira pang 58 segundo sa orasan. There are 58 seconds left on the stopwatch. May natitira pang 58 segundo sa orasan. Minuto, minute, minuto, minuto, minute. Isang minuto na lang bago maghating gabi. It's 1 minute to midnight. Isang minuto na lang bago maghating gabi. Oras, hour, oras, oras, hour. Natutulog ako ng 8 oras araw-araw. I sleep for 8 hours every day. Natutulog ako ng 8 oras araw-araw. Orasan, clock, orasan, orasan, clock. Minana ko ang orasan na ito mula sa aking lolo. I inherited this clock from my grandfather. Minana ko ang orasan na ito mula sa aking lolo. Alas, o'clock, alas, alas, o'clock. Magkakaroon tayo ng pagpupulong ng 3:00. We will have a meeting at 3 o'clock. Magkakaroon tayo ng pagpupulong ng 3:00. Kalendaryo, calendar, kalendaryo, kalendaryo, calendar. Minarkahan ko ang aming anibersaryo sa kalendaryo. I marked our anniversary on the calendar. Minarkahan ko ang aming anibersaryo sa kalendaryo. Lunes, Monday, Lunes, Lunes, Monday. Ang linggo ng trabaho ay nagsisimula ng Lunes. The work week starts on Monday. Ang linggo ng trabaho ay nagsisimula ng Lunes. Martes, Tuesday, Martes, Martes, Tuesday. Martes sa susunod na linggo. Tuesday next week. Martes sa susunod na linggo. Miyerkules, Wednesday, Miyerkules, Miyerkules, Wednesday. Tuwing Miyerkules ng gabi, naglalaro kami ng poker sa aking bahay. Wednesday nights we play poker at my house. Tuwing Miyerkules ng gabi, naglalaro kami ng poker sa aking bahay. Huwebes, Thursday, Huwebes, Huwebes. Thursday. Sa Huwebes. On Thursday. Sa Huwebes. Viernes. Friday. Viernes. Viernes. Friday. Isulat mo ang mga plano para sa Biyernes sa kalendaryo. Write the plans for Friday on the calendar. Isulat mo ang mga plano para sa Biyernes sa kalendaryo. Sabado. Saturday. Sabado. Sabado. Saturday. Ginagawa ko ang gawaing bahay tuwing Sabado sa loob ng 5 oras. I do housework every Saturday for 5 hours. Ginagawa ko ang gawaing bahay tuwing Sabado sa loob ng 5 oras. Linggo. Sunday. Linggo. Linggo. Sunday. Almusal sa linggo ng umaga. Sunday morning breakfast. Almusal sa linggo ng umaga. Gumawa. Do. Gumawa. Gumawa. Do. Gumawa ka na ngayon ng takdang aralin. Do your homework now. Gumawa ka na ngayon ng takdang aralin. Pumunta. Go. Pumunta. Pumunta. Go. Pumunta tayo sa paaralan. Let's go to school. Pumunta tayo sa paaralan. Okay, let's get started. First is tumawa. Laugh. Tumawa. Tumawa. Laugh. Tumawa ang mag-asawa sa isang biro. The couple laughed at a joke. Tumawa ang mag-asawa sa isang biro. Masarap. Delicious. Masarap. Masarap. Delicious. Mukhang masarap. It looks delicious. Mukhang masarap. Tubig. Water. Tubig. Tubig. Water. Ang lalaki ay umiinom mula sa bote ng tubig. The man is drinking from the water bottle. Ang lalaki ay umiinom mula sa bote ng tubig. Tsaa. Tea. Tsaa. Tsaa. Tea. Ang tsaa ay isang popular na inumin sa buong mundo. Tea is a popular drink throughout the world. Ang tsaa ay isang popular na inumin sa buong mundo. Kape. Coffee. Kape. Kape. Coffee. Gusto ko matamis ang kape ko. I like my coffee sweet. Gusto ko matamis ang kape ko. Serbesa. Beer. Serbesa. Serbesa. Beer. Malamig na serbesa. Cold beer. Malamig na serbesa. Wine. 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 Bote ng wine. Bottle of wine. Bote ng wine. Baka. Beef. Baka. Baka. Beef. Ang mga pagpipilian ngayong gabi ay karne ng baka o ng manok. Tonight's choices are beef or chicken. Ang mga pagpipilian ngayong gabi ay karne ng baka o ng manok. Manok. Chicken. Manok. Manok. Chicken. Hindi ko gusto ang balat ng manok. I don't like chicken skin. Hindi ko gusto ang balat ng manok. Baboy. Pork. Baboy. Baboy. Pork. Inihaw na baboy. Pork roast. Inihaw na baboy. Isda. Fish. Isda. Isda. Fish. Kumakain ng maraming isda ang mga Hapon. Japanese people eat a lot of fish. Kumakain ng maraming isda ang mga Hapon. Tupa. Lamb. Tupa. Tupa. Lamb. Ang karne ng tupa ay napakasarap. Lamb is extremely delicious. Ang karne ng tupa ay napakasarap. Doktor. Doctor. Doktor. Doktor. Doctor. Ako ay isang doktor. I am a doctor. Ako ay isang doktor. Police. Police officer. Police. Police. Police officer. Tinatanong ng pulis ang driver. The police officer is questioning the driver. Tinatanong ng pulis ang driver. Guro. Teacher. Guro. Guro. Teacher. Guro sa isang silid-aralan. Teacher in a classroom. Guro sa isang silid-aralan. Empleyado. Employee. Empleyado. Empleyado. Employee. Merong 500 empleyado ang nagtatrabaho sa kumpanya namin. There are 500 employees working in our company. Merong 500 empleyado ang nagtatrabaho sa kumpanya namin. Pumunta. Come. Pumunta. Pumunta. Come. Pumunta ng maaga. Come early. Pumunta ng maaga. Makakita. See. Makakita. Makakita. See. Makakita ng paglubog ng araw. See a sunset. Makakita ng paglubog ng araw. Gawa. Make. Gawa. Gawa. Make. Gawa tayo ng kastilyong buhangin. Let's make a sand castle. Gawa tayo ng kastilyong buhangin. Gumamit. Use. Gumamit. Gumamit. Use. Huwag kang gumamit nito. Don't use this. Huwag kang gumamit nito.
The secret to speaking more of your target language. If you're like most language learners, then above all, you want to speak and understand more of your target language. But how do you speak more when you're just starting out, when you can't yet create sentences off the top of your head? Here are some tips. Let's jump into part 1, how to prepare ahead of time to speak more. So, what's the secret to speaking more of your target language? It's something called preparation. And believe it or not, you've likely used it if you've ever had to give a speech or a presentation. So, what do we mean by preparation? Imagine that you have to go open a bank account in the language that you're learning. How would you do it? You can go in there, grunt, and use body language, or you can first come up with a list of words and phrases you need to know before you go, like debit card, bank account, I want to open a bank account, and minimum balance. You may want to look up the grammar rules for how to say, I want to. Once you know these words and phrases, you translate them into your target language and you go over to the bank to open an account. Or let's say you're meeting a person for the first time. what are some things you'd say to them? Things like, what's your name? My name is, where are you from? I am from, and so on. So you prepare a list of words and phrases, all the things you'd want to say in that situation. You translate them ahead of time so that you can communicate effectively. That's preparation. And preparation works because most conversations are predictable to a degree. For example, most conversations with friends start with greetings and catching up on how you've been. And if you know the lines for greetings, catching up, and talking about your weekend, then you can easily handle such a conversation. The point is, the more you prepare, the more you learn to speak without needing a teacher. So, how do you prepare? Part 2. How to speak more through preparation. Here are some tips. If you're using our learning program, 1. Take our audio and video lessons. You'll find these in our lesson library and just focus on the conversational lessons. Lessons are just 3 to 15 minutes in length, and in the first minute, you'll hear a practical conversation. For example, meeting someone new, catching up with a friend, or ordering at a restaurant. Then, our teachers break down and explain every word and grammar rule, so you can learn these lines and conversations ahead of time. Number 2, download the audio dialogue track. This gives you just the conversation. So when you finish a lesson, download it for easy review. Then make a playlist out of all of them and play the conversations on repeat. This will make them much easier to remember. Number 3, save the lesson notes. The lesson notes give you the lesson in writing, so you can read the lesson dialogue, the grammar explanations, and cultural insights for every lesson. Download and keep the notes for conversations you think are useful. For example, if you want to talk about the weather and you took a lesson on that, then download the lesson notes for that lesson. Now, if you're looking to prepare ahead of time for specific topics, then do this next one. Number 4, use our free PDF conversation cheat sheets. These conversation cheat sheets teach you words and phrases for all kinds of common conversation topics, like weather, hobbies, family, plans, and much more. You can prepare for the most common conversations with these cheat sheets. If you want to access our free conversation cheat sheets, leave a comment down below and we'll give you the link. Number 5, look up lesson topics in our lesson library. If you want to open a bank account or eat at a certain restaurant and you don't know how to talk about these topics, find a lesson about it in our lesson library. Number 6, if you're a Premium Plus user, simply ask your teacher to point you to lessons for certain topics, or even better, ask them for potential lines, and you can even practice speaking. Just record yourself, send it in, and your teacher will provide you feedback on what to say and how. Number 7, do it the old school way. Sit down, think of a topic you want to talk about. Make a list of all the words you think you need, all the phrases you want to say or may hear in that conversation. Then, translate those words and phrases into your target language. So let's recap. Most conversations are predictable. You can prepare ahead of time by thinking of all the words and lines you'll need for various conversations. And you can prepare with 1, our audio and video lessons, 2, conversation tracks, 3, lesson notes, 4, free PDF cheat sheets, 5, by looking up specific topics in the lesson library, 6, asking your Premium Plus teacher, and 7, by manually coming up with a list of the words and phrases and translating them. Learning to carry a conversation is vital to mastery of any language. Even beginners can quickly learn conversational language well enough to carry on real conversations with native speakers. Of course, beginners won't be able to carry a conversation the same way they could in their native language. But just knowing a few tips, like which questions to ask to keep a conversation going, are all you need to speak and interact with real native speakers. Before we get to specific suggestions, let's first take a closer look at how having real conversations in your target language is so vital to your mastery of the language. Communicating with other people is the very point of language, and conversation comes easily in our native tongue. For beginners, or anyone learning a new language, conversations aren't easy at all, and even simple greetings can be intimidating and awkward. Nothing kills a conversation faster than long periods of awkward silence, so you need practice and specific strategies to avoid them. When you know what to say to keep a conversation going, communication becomes much easier, and you make a better impression on your listener. Nothing will help you learn to speak a language faster and truly master the language than having real conversations with native speakers. Conversations quickly expose you to slang, cultural expressions, and vocabulary that force you to absorb and assimilate information faster than any educational setting. And that's a great thing. But how can you possibly have real conversations with real people if you're just starting out? Here are 3 proven methods that even beginners can quickly use to learn conversational language to make a great impression and avoid awkward silences. First, ask questions to keep a conversation going. For beginners and even more advanced speakers, the key is to ask questions to keep a conversation going. Of course, they can't be just random questions, or else you may confuse the listener. But by memorizing a few key questions and the appropriate time to use them, you can easily carry a conversation with minimal vocabulary or experience. And remember, the more conversations you have, the quicker you will learn and master the language. Second, learn core vocabulary terms as quickly as possible. You don't need to memorize thousands of words to learn conversational language. In fact, with just a couple hundred words, you could have a very basic conversation. And by learning maybe 1,000 to 2,000 words, you could carry a conversation with a native speaker about current events, order in restaurants, and even get directions. To help you get started with this, check out our 2,000 common words, also known as our core list. These 2,000 words are all you need to learn to speak fluently and carry a conversation with a native speaker. Third, study video or audio lessons that you can play and replay again and again. If you want to know how to carry on a conversation, then you need exposure to native speakers, and the more, the better. Studying video or audio lessons is ideal because they provide contextualized learning in your native language, and you can play them again and again until you achieve mastery. Our instructors have created more than 2,500 video and audio lessons that you can play over and over. And the best part is, they don't just teach you vocabulary and grammar. They are designed to help you learn to speak and teach you practical everyday topics like shopping, ordering, and more. Although it may seem intimidating for a beginner, the truth is that it's very easy to learn conversational language. Just learn a few core vocabulary terms and which questions to ask to keep a conversation going. Our language learning program has the world's largest online collection of video and audio lessons by real instructors, plus tons of advanced tools to help you learn to speak and carry on a conversation quickly. Just a little practice and exposure to real conversations or lessons is all it really takes. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! You've studied for a while and are ready to talk to people and practice what you've learned. But where do you start? Starting a conversation in a new language can seem a bit intimidating. How do you just jump into it? In this video, we'll look at 5 ways to start conversations. Number 1, introduce yourself in your target language. This is usually one of the first things you learn when you start studying a new language. And sometimes, starting a conversation, or continuing one, is as simple as introducing yourself. Number 2, talking about the weather. This is a universal talking point. People talk about the weather all over the world. And just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation. A great way to practice your weather conversation skills is to check out our Can-Do lesson pathway. This series of lessons teaches you how to talk about the weather in your target language. Number 3, give compliments. Compliments are a great way to start a conversation. You can compliment something about your conversation partner's city, country, or something specific to them personally. "Hey, your bag is super cute," or "That ice cream looks delicious." These kinds of compliments can lead to further conversation about what you complimented. In this case, it could be fashion or a local restaurant. This is a great way to make quick connections with people. Number 4, ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions, ask about prices, or request recommendations for restaurants or shopping spots, and let the conversation go from there. People are usually happy to lend a helping hand to tourists who are visiting their city. Number 5, learn phrases for transactions. This can include getting a room at a hotel or telling a taxi driver where to go. When you're traveling overseas, you'll need to talk to other people in your target language. And while this might be a bit scary at first, you'll find that the people you meet are just happy that you're trying to communicate with them. So get started talking in your target language now. For even more tips on how to start conversations, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Do you want to have access to tons of language lessons, but you don't want to have to buy more textbooks? In this video, you'll learn 6 ways you can get language lessons for free. This video will cover ways to get our audio and video lessons on a regular basis, so you can work on improving your language skills. You can use these anywhere, anytime. All right, let's take a look at how to get access. First, right on our website. New lessons come out every single week. Mondays, Tuesdays, and video lessons on Fridays. Access them all in the Lessons drop-down menu on the site. Click on Newest Lessons. If you're on the go, you're going to work, driving, or running errands, you can easily learn with your mobile device. And that brings us to our next tip. Second, get lessons on the Innovative Language app. If you're an iPhone, iPad, or Android user, learn on the go with the Innovative Language 101 app. Download it for free. After you download the app, you can keep up with all the latest lessons. There is a Newest Lessons icon right on the home screen, and it gives you instant access to your free lessons anywhere, anytime. Just look for Innovative Language 101 on the App Store or Google Play. The third way is the Apple TV app. You can learn on the big screen. Turn on your TV and access all of your audio and video lessons. You can learn at home, keep the lessons playing, and immerse yourself all day long with the Innovative Language 101 app. Look for it on the Apple TV App Store. Now, this one is useful for only Apple TV subscribers, but if you're not an Apple TV subscriber, don't worry. The fourth way, get lessons with our iTunes feed. iTunes can download your lessons automatically and have them saved forever. You get every single lesson as it comes out. You'll never miss one. They're saved in your iTunes. Simply search for us on iTunes and subscribe. Fifth is the Daily Dose of Language app. This is for the iPhone, iPad, and Android. With this, you get bite-sized lessons sent to your device every day. Each day, you get a notification that your daily dose of language is here. Doing the lesson takes just a minute. These aren't our full-sized audio and video lessons, but these 1-minute lessons will help you build a habit of learning daily. Find the Daily Dose of Language app on the App Store or Google Play. The sixth way is with our brand new Alexa skill. If you own an Amazon Echo, Dot, or Show, or are planning to get one, you'll want the Daily Dose by Innovative Language. Find it in the Amazon Skill Store. With it, you get new audio lessons and vocab lessons every day across all 34 languages. If you're ready to start learning a new language, these 6 tips can help you get started learning with our language learning program. Just pick which way works best for you and get started learning today. There are so many ways to start learning for free. Just check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! How to improve your language and speak more through preparation. Okay, let's get into part 1. Why you should prepare for conversations ahead of time. If you're a beginner, you can probably relate to this. When it comes to speaking, you tend to run out of things to say. And that's because you don't know enough of the language to express yourself. And that's where preparation comes in. You may think that the conversations we have in our daily lives are spontaneous, that you can't prepare for them. You're right to an extent. But imagine meeting someone for the first time. Both of you will go through some common questions and phrases, like, what's your name? My name is, where are you from? And how long have you been studying the language? As a language learner, you'll have these kinds of conversations with almost every native you meet, guaranteed. They'll always ask you about how long and how you've been learning. And even with your friends, some conversations start the same way. For example, you say things like, hey, how are you? How are things? How was your weekend? My weekend was good, and you? Let's say you went to a restaurant this weekend, and now you want to talk about it. Well, that allows you to prepare and learn some phrases like, I went to a restaurant. The restaurant had delicious food. The point is, some questions and phrases come up often in conversations, so it makes total sense to master them ahead of time. And you can always plan ahead and prepare for things you want to talk about. When it comes time to speak, you know what to say, how to respond, and you don't run out of talking points as quickly. So, how do you prepare? Let's jump into part 2. The first thing you can do to prepare is check out our 25 Questions You Need to Know lesson series. This series is specifically designed to help you with the first-time conversations you'll have with native speakers. You'll learn the 25 most common questions and answers used in conversations. Just listen to the lessons, repeat out loud, then put what you learned to use. These will serve as talking points so you can keep your conversations going. Number 2. Print out the curriculum for this lesson series so you can review all of the lessons at once. The curriculum gives you the lines and vocabulary used in all lessons up front, so you can use this to review key questions and responses. This will allow you to control conversations and ask questions instead of just having the native speaker ask you all the questions. In other words, you'll sound like a fluid, confident, and experienced speaker. Number 3. Check out our printable conversation cheat sheets. This is another free resource that gives you lines and words for all kinds of topics. For example, talking about hobbies, your family, and much more. Number 4, ask yourself, what do you want to talk about? Come up with some topics, and for each topic, write out potential questions and phrases that would come up in a conversation. For example, if you want to talk about restaurants, you can have lines like, my favorite restaurant is, my favorite food is, what's your favorite restaurant? And then run these lines through a translation app. It won't be perfect, but it'll give you lines to use that you can correct later. Number 5, look for lessons that are related to your topics with our lesson library. On our site, we have hundreds of lessons that teach you conversations. So if you're looking for lessons related to restaurants and food, you'll get all kinds of conversations that you can use for yourself. And number 6, if you're a Premium Plus user, get in touch with your teacher via My Teacher and try a conversation with them. They'll help you every step of the way, correct your writing, and give you the lines to use in a conversation. That way, you can prepare ahead of time, and when it comes time to speak, you'll know what to say. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. If you're like most language learners, then your number one goal is to speak more, right? You want to have fluid conversations with natives. It's a great goal to have. But for most language learners, speaking also happens to be their weakest skill. You may not know enough of the language to express yourself. You tend to run out of words and things to say. And you're just not sure how to start conversations. If you have at least one of these issues, then talking points are just what you need. Part 1. What's a talking point? A talking point is a topic that invites discussion or argument. In other words, just something to talk about. It could be about yourself, your work, your hobbies, the weather, food, or what you did this past weekend. All of these are talking points. Here's an example to help you better understand talking points. Think of a conversation you'd have with a friend. You can ask, "What did you do this weekend?" They'll reply and then ask you back. The talking point here is the weekend. Let's say your friend says they went to a restaurant. That's a natural talking point to explore next. You can ask, "What kind of restaurants do you like?" Now you've covered 2 talking points. The more talking points you have, the more you can speak. And the same goes for your target language. The only challenge is you need to know the relevant words and phrases for that topic. For example, if you want to talk about the weekend, you need to know phrases and questions like, "What did you do this weekend?" "I did this." "What about you?" In the next part, you'll discover 5 easy talking points that you can master with our learning program. Let's get into part 2. Part 2, 5 talking points you can use. The first one is, learn how to introduce yourself in your target language. Why is this a powerful talking point? Introducing yourself is something you'll do again and again, every time you meet someone new. So learning the relevant phrases is a must. If you've done the first few lessons on our site, you can already do this. If not, then check out our Absolute Beginner lessons and the Top 25 Questions You Must Know lessons. You'll learn basic conversations with our quick 3 to 15-minute lessons. We'll give you the exact lines to use, along with the translations, so that you can use them in conversations. You can also use this talking point to continue a conversation. For example, if you've started with a different point, like the weather, then it makes sense to say, "By the way, my name is." Talking point number 2, the weather. This is a universal talking point. People like to talk or complain about the weather all over the world. In fact, just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation with a native speaker. If you want to talk about the weather, check out our can-do lesson pathway called Can Talk About Weather. You'll find this pathway in the absolute beginner level of our lesson library. Talking point number 3, compliments. Compliments are another great way to start a conversation or continue one. If you're running out of things to say, you can quickly transition and say something about their city, their country, or just, "Hey, I like your shirt." If you want to learn how to compliment, check out our compliments phrase list. This list is free to access for all users. If you don't know where to find it on our site, leave a comment in the comments below and we'll follow up. Point number 4, ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions or about the price and let the conversation go from there. These are very basic phrases that you learn in our survival phrases lessons. If you want to strike up a quick dialogue, this is a great talking point to use. Point number 5, learn phrases for transactions, like getting a room at a hotel, shopping, ordering food, or telling the taxi driver where to go. You may think that this isn't much of a talking point, but for the learners that are shy about talking to random native speakers for no reason, this is an easy way to start a dialogue. You have a good excuse. You want to buy something, so the staff will be happy to respond. Again, you learn all of these with our survival phrases lessons. Okay, let's move on to our last part. Part 3, how to get our conversation cheat sheets. Lastly, I'm going to tell you how to get our collection of conversation cheat sheets for free. With these cheat sheets, you'll be able to talk about all kinds of topics: travel, hobbies, dating, family, weather, and much more, which means you can master a lot of talking points and speak more of your target language. If you'd like to get these cheat sheets, please leave us a comment in the comment section.
Want to speak real Filipino from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at filipinopod101.com.
And must-know vocabulary for the restaurant. Food is definitely a big thing in the Philippines, and if you come to the Philippines, you need to try a lot of things. Everyone says it's kind of cheap in the Philippines, so try as much as you want. Let's go! Waiter. Waiter. It's one of those English words that just like ends up in Filipino language as well. Waiter. So as a sample sentence, maybe you're not used to having all male waiters all the time. So here's a sentence for you. Ngayon lang nakakita ng kainan na puro lalaki ang waiter. Ngayon lang ako nakakita ng kainan na puro lalaki ang waiter. This is my first time in a restaurant with all male waiters. Maybe it's just that shift when you were in, it was all just waiters for that shift. Waitress. Well, in English, there's waiter, and then, of course, if it's a female server, then you would say waitress. And that's also what we have gotten from English. We just also call them waitress. Waitress means waitress. For example, if go to a restaurant and someone, the waitress serving there, you could use this sentence. Kilala ko ang waitress na iyon. Kilala ko ang waitress na iyon. I know that waitress. Well, maybe you should ask for her autograph. Don't ask for a discount. Come on, guys. She's working. It's pay her and give her a tip, even if you know her. Menu, meaning menu. It's actually spelled the same way, but because in Filipino, we have a tendency to pronounce things the way they are written. So if it's written menu, there's no Y in there. So why would we say it's as a menu? It's a menu. And if there's just a small amount of things you could see from the menu, you could use this sentence. Napakakonti ng pagpipilian sa menu nila. Napakakonti ng pagpipilian sa menu nila. they have very few selections on their menu. Well, it's very good for people who can't decide, like me. So sometimes it's not really a bad thing. Actually, like having tons of things on menu may actually be like, oh my god, this is gonna take forever. And maybe it's more efficient if, and also, yeah, if they have so many things in their menu, then they have to prepare that all like in the kitchen, so you don't know if like it might take you longer to get your food if they have more things on their menu. So be thankful that there's only just a very few selection on your menu. Umorder, to order. In case you're one of those people who get hangry, which means angry when you're getting hungry, then you might want to memorize this sentence. Umorder na tayo kasi gutom na ako. Umorder na tayo kasi gutom na ako. Let's order because I'm hungry. You know, there's always that one person who always like wants to chica, like wants to gossip before even looking at the menu. So sometimes you just have to be like just let's order because like it's gonna take them a while to prepare our food and I'm already hungry. So like just look at the menu already and order first before we do any chica or taking pictures or taking selfie. Tubig, meaning water. This is one of my favorite things in a restaurant. Tubig. Because, you know, in Philippines it's hot and it's like you just, like after walking around all day or doing shopping or something, then you just want to sit down and like get that like very refreshing cold water. Yeah. But not only is it refreshing, it's also good for you. So just like in this sentence, magtubig lang tayo kasi libre na. Maganda pa para sa kalusugan. Magtubig lang tayo kasi libre na. Maganda pa para sa kalusugan. Let's just have water since it's free and it's good for the health. So, this is true. Water for life. Panghimagas, meaning dessert. Oh no, but you don't want to hear this sentence. Hindi ako mahilig sa panghimagas. Hindi ako mahilig sa panghimagas. I'm not fond of desserts. Well, if you are fond of desserts, here's the sentence you might want to use. Mahilig ako sa panghimagas. Mahilig ako sa panghimagas. Meaning, I'm fond of desserts. So, there you go. Okay, here's another vocabulary you must know for the restaurant, which is chef. It also means chef. We have this culture now where we have celebrity chefs, so we might want to use this sentence. Sikat ang chef sa kainan na ito. Sikat ang chef sa kainan na ito. The chef of this restaurant is famous. So I guess it's also another way of saying the food in this restaurant is gonna be expensive. Masarap. Delicious. Yeah, definitely if you want to say that like what you ate was very good, then you should say it's masarap. For example, like you just ate somewhere that serves you fried chicken and you really thought it was delicious, then you could say this sample sentence. Masarap ang fried chicken. Masarap ang fried chicken. Fried chicken is delicious. I guess if you just like fried chicken in general, you could also say this. Or if you'd like to recommend the fried chicken in a certain store, then yeah, please go ahead and use this sentence. Kainan, which means restaurant. I guess kainan is just like generally a place where you eat. Sometimes it can be a canteen or a cafeteria. It's also like a restaurant. Mahilig akong kumain sa mga murang kainan. Mahilig akong kumain sa mga murang kainan. I like to eat at cheap restaurants. Yeah, I like this too actually. Like there is some like eateries in the Philippines which are known for like serving like they're called lutong bahay, which literally means like home cooked. So it's actually just like a house and they have like I guess a big enough area like in the garage or something, and then they just like cook like whatever like 3 sets of main dish, and then people just like go there during lunch and it's very cheap, but it's still like It has that home-cooked vibe, so it's very good. Recibo, meaning receipt. So you go to a restaurant and you want your company to pay for it, so you might want to ask for that receipt. Your boss might say this to you, or like you might have a rule for your company saying, laging hingiin ang resibo pagkatapos kumain sa kainan. Laging hingiin ang resibo pagkatapos kumain sa kainan. Always ask for the receipt after eating at a restaurant. Do your invoices properly?
The top 25 phrases. Let's begin. Kamusta ka? Hello, how are you? The first phrase is kamusta ka? Hello or how are you? So when you're meeting someone for the first time, you try to be a bit more polite and say, instead of kamusta ka, you say kamusta po kayo, which is the same as hello, how are you? Magandang umaga. Good morning. So the next word is magandang umaga, which means good morning. People there are very, very warm, very kind. So it's very common to hear like people greeting each other when they pass by each other in the corridor and like in the classroom, for example, in the office. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Magandang tanghali. Good noon. So now what do we say when it's noon? We say magandang tanghali. Good noon. In the Philippines, especially during lunchtime, when you come in and then like it's everyone is eating, you always say magandang tanghali. And then when they hear you say it, you sound as if you're a native speaker. Magandang hapon. Good afternoon. Okay, so when the morning is done, noon is over, then what do you say? Magandang hapon. Good afternoon. Magandang gabi. Good evening. So if you want to say good evening, you say magandang gabi. Anong pangalan mo? What's your name? So what if you're going to ask someone for their name? So you say, anong pangalan mo? Or, what's your name? If you meet someone for the first time, if it's the morning, you say, good morning. What's your name? Magandang umaga. Anong pangalan mo? When you want to ask someone for their name, you need to be polite. So, you add po, which is the particle, and then you use the plural form of you. So you say, ano pong pangalan nyo? Ako si, I'm. If you are on the receiving end of that question, then you say, ako si, name. Or, I'm, name. Ako si Erica. I'm Erica. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. If you want to express now how happy you are to meet this new person, then you would say, ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. Since this is the first time you're meeting this person, you should use the polite form, which is, ikinagagalak ko po kayong makilala. Ayos lang ako. Ikaw. I'm fine. And you? When someone asks you, how are you? Of course, either you are okay or you're not. You will say, you are fine. So how do you say it in Filipino? You would say, ayos lang ako. Ikaw. In English, I'm fine. And you? Or if you are not okay, you can say, ayos lang ako. Ikaw. Paki. Please. So if you want to ask someone for a favor, what would you say? In English, we say please. In Filipino, we use a prefix that we say as paki. We add to another verb. So for example, we say, please bring this to the office. Then you will say in Filipino, pakidala ito sa opisina. Salamat. Thank you. Salamat or thank you. Walang anuman. You're welcome. Then, you also want to be polite and say, you're welcome. Or in Filipino, walang anuman. Oo. Yes. How do you express agreement in Filipino? You say, oo, which means yes. Very simple. For example, there's an older person talking to you and you want to say yes. You should be a bit more polite and say, opo. Hindi. No. So what if you want to say no? Then you use hindi. Or if you want to be polite, you say hindi po. Sige. Okay. So say you have a friend who asks you, do you want to drink with me all night, have party all night, you know, those kind of things. And then you say, yeah, fine, okay. So in Filipino, you say, sige. Paumanhin. Excuse me. So for example, you have an older colleague at work and this person is busy, but you need to ask her for something. So you say, excuse me. And in Filipino, you say, paumanhin or paumanhin po, to be more polite. Patawad. I'm sorry. If you did something really, really bad, then we use patawad. I'm sorry. Anong oras na? What time is it? So what does anong oras na mean? It means, what time is it? Nasaan ang CR? Where is the restroom? Nasaan ang CR? Or, to be polite, because even at that time, you have to be polite, even if it's like really urgent. You have to be polite. You say, nasaan po ang CR? Hindi ko alam. I don't know. Hindi ko alam. I don't know. If your boss asks you, oh, where is your office mate? This person? And then you don't know, then you say, hindi ko po alam. Sandali lang. Wait a moment. So if you say to your boss, because your boss is asking you, where is the report? You want to say, wait a moment. So you say, sandali lang po. So your friends came over to your house and you haven't taken a bath. You haven't fixed yourself. And then your friends just want to go out to have fun. But you want to say, wait a moment, wait a minute. Give me like an hour or something to at least get ready. So you would say, sandali lang. Magkano ito? How much is this? So you finally got dressed and then you went out with your friend and you are at the mall, like looking at some nice pearls, because in the Philippines we have lots of pearls. How will you ask the salesperson? So you can say, magkano po ito? Or if you're a friend, or if it's like a younger salesperson probably, you can just simply say, magkano ito? How much is this? Pwede bang makuha na ang bill? Could I get the check, please? After dinner, you want to pay because it's your treat, because you forced your friends to eat adobo. So you would ask the waitress or the waiter for the check. So how do you say it in Filipino? Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Could I get the check, please? Or, if you cannot remember all these, just simply do this. Tulong. Help. So, you're walking in the street, and then you're very not careful with your things. So you're walking, you're holding your bag like this, and someone stole your bag. Like, oh. You want to call for help. So what do you say? You say, tulong, help. And then the more you scream it, the more people will hear you. Hanggang sa muli. See you again soon. It's the end of the day, and you've had fun with your friends. So you tell your friends, oh, okay, bye. See you again soon. Which in Filipino is hanggang sa muli. But in regular conversations, you don't really say this. We tend to say, see you, or sige.
Want to speak real Filipino from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at filipinopod101.com.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
A table for 5.
Lamesa para sa apat. Lamesa para sa apat.
Absolutely.
Sigurado. Sigurado.
All right.
Puede. Puede. Are you all right? Ayos ka lang? Ayos ka lang?
Are you on Facebook?
May Facebook ka ba? May Facebook ka ba?
Awesome.
Galing. Galing.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Paalam. Paalam.
Can I borrow this?
Maaari ko bang hiramin ito? Maaari ko bang hiramin ito?
Can I have a bag, please?
Pwede ba akong makahingi ng bag? Pwede ba akong makahingi ng bag?
Can I have a receipt, please?
Pwede po akong makahingi ng resibo? Pwede po akong makahingi ng resibo?
Can I sit here?
Maaari ba akong umupo dito? Maaari ba akong umupo dito?
Can I try it on?
Maaari ko bang subukan ito? Maaari ko bang subukan ito?
Can you download this file?
Maaari mong i-download ang file na ito? Maaari mong i-download ang file na ito?
Check.
Check. Check.
Congratulations.
Maligayang pagbati. Maligayang pagbati.
Could I have your attention, please?
Pwede ko po bang kunin ang inyong atensyon? Pwede ko po bang kunin ang inyong atensyon?
Delicious.
Sarap. Sarap.
Do you need anything?
May kailangan ka ba? May kailangan ka ba?
Do you speak English?
Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles? Nagsasalita ka ba ng Ingles?
Do you understand?
Naiintindihan mo ba? Naiintindihan mo ba?
Does this bus go to?
Ang bus na ito ay pupunta ba sa... Ang bus na ito ay pupunta ba sa...
Don't do it.
Huwag mo itong gawin. Huwag mo itong gawin.
Don't mention it.
Huwag mo nang alalahanin iyon. Huwag mo nang alalahanin iyon.
Don't worry.
Huwag mag-alala. Huwag mag-alala.
Everything is great.
Mabuti ang lahat. Mabuti ang lahat.
Excuse me, do you know where the is?
Excuse me, alam mo ba kung saan ang... Excuse me, alam mo ba kung saan ang...
Excuse me.
Paumanhin. Paumanhin.
Go straight ahead.
Diretso ka lang. Diretso ka lang.
Good afternoon.
Magandang hapon. Magandang hapon.
Good evening.
Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi.
Good morning.
Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga.
Good night.
Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi.
Goodbye.
Paalam. Paalam.
Happy birthday.
Maligayang kaarawan. Maligayang kaarawan.
Hello.
Kamusta? Kamusta? Help. Tulong. Tulong. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hold on.
Kumapit ka. Kumapit ka.
How are you?
Kamusta? Kamusta?
How do I get to the?
Paano ako makakapunta sa? Paano ako makakapunta sa?
How do you do?
Kumusta ka? Kumusta ka?
How do you pronounce this?
Paano mo bigkasin ito? Paano mo bigkasin ito?
How have you been?
Kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na?
How is it?
Kumusta ang lasa? Kumusta ang lasa?
How is your mother?
Kamusta ang nanay mo? Kamusta ang nanay mo?
How long will you stay?
Gaano ka katagal mananatili? Gaano ka katagal mananatili?
How many people are there in your family?
Ilang tao ang nasa pamilya mo? Ilang tao ang nasa pamilya mo?
How much is it to?
Magkano po hanggang sa... Magkano po hanggang sa...
How much is this?
Magkano to? Magkano to?
How much?
Magkano? Magkano?
How old are you?
Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na?
How is your day?
Kumusta ang araw mo? Kumusta ang araw mo?
How's the weather?
Ano ang lagay ng panahon? Ano ang lagay ng panahon?
Hurry up.
Bilisan mo! Bilisan mo!
I don't like it.
Hindi ko gusto ito. Hindi ko gusto ito.
I don't understand.
Hindi ko maintindihan. Hindi ko maintindihan.
I like it.
Gusto ko yan. Gusto ko yan.
I live in.
Nakatira ako sa. Nakatira ako sa.
I lost my phone.
Nawala ko ang cellphone ko. Nawala ko ang cellphone ko.
I need.
Kailangan ko ng porsyento. Kailangan ko ng porsyento.
I need to go to the.
Kailangan kong pumunta sa.
Kailangan kong pumunta sa...
I understand.
Naiintindihan ko. Naiintindihan ko.
I'd like this.
Gusto ko to. Gusto ko to. I'll have this.
Kukunin ko ito. Kukunin ko ito.
I'll have time next week.
Magkakaroon ako ng panahon sa susunod na linggo. Magkakaroon ako ng panahon sa susunod na linggo.
I'm.
Ako si... Ako si...
I'm allergic to shrimp.
Hindi ako hiyang sa hipon. Hindi ako hiyang sa hipon.
I'm at home.
Nasa bahay ako. Nasa bahay ako.
I'm busy this week.
Abala ako ngayong linggo. Abala ako ngayong linggo.
I'm fine.
Mabuti ako. Mabuti ako.
I'm from.
Galing ako sa... Galing ako sa...
I'm full.
Busog na ako. Busog na ako.
I'm good.
Mabuti naman ako. Mabuti naman ako.
I'm hungry.
Gutom na ako. Gutom na ako.
I'm looking forward to working with you.
Umaasa akong makapagtrabaho kasama mo. Umaasa akong makapagtrabaho kasama mo.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Pasensya na huli ako. Pasensya na huli ako.
I'm sorry.
Patawad ako. Patawad ako.
Is that it?
Ito ba iyon? Ito ba iyon?
Is that far from here?
Ang ba malayo mula dito? Ang ba malayo mula dito?
Is there a near here?
Mayroon bang isang malapit dito? Mayroon bang isang malapit dito?
It was nice to meet you.
Nagagalak akong makilala ka. Nagagalak akong makilala ka.
It's difficult.
Ito ay mahirap. Ito ay mahirap. It's okay.
Okay lang. Okay lang.
It's really good.
Masarap talaga ito. Masarap talaga ito.
It's sunny.
Maaraw. Maaraw.
It's true.
Totoo iyon. Totoo iyon.
I've heard a lot about you.
Madami na akong narinig tungkol sa'yo. Madami na akong narinig tungkol sa'yo.
Just a minute, please.
Saglit lang. Saglit lang.
Long time no see.
Ang tagal nating di nagkita. Ang tagal nating di nagkita.
Make yourself at home.
Ariin mo itong parang bahay mo. Ariin mo itong parang bahay mo.
May I help you?
Maaari ba kitang tulungan? Maaari ba kitang tulungan?
May I sit here?
Pwede ba akong umupo dito? Pwede ba akong umupo dito?
My mother is well.
Ang aking ina ay nasa mabuting kalagayan. Ang aking ina ay nasa mabuting kalagayan.
My name is.
Ang pangalan ko ay. Ang pangalan ko ay.
Nice to meet you.
Ikinalulugod kitang makilala. Ikinalulugod kitang makilala.
No problem.
Walang problema. Walang problema.
No.
Hindi. Hindi.
Of course not.
Siyempre hindi. Siyempre hindi.
Of course.
Siyempre. Siyempre.
Once again, please.
Pakiulit. Pakiulit.
Please forgive me.
Patawarin mo ako. Patawarin mo ako.
Please have a seat.
Mangyaring umupo. Mangyaring umupo.
Please write it down.
Pakisulat ito. Pakisulat ito.
Please.
Pakisuyo. Pakisuyo.
Really?
Talaga? Talaga?
Same for me.
Pareho para sa akin. Pareho para sa akin.
Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up.
Slower, please.
Pakibagalan. Pakibagalan.
So, what's new?
Anong bago? Anong bago?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Pasensya na sa abala. Pasensya na sa abala.
Sounds great.
Mahusay. Mahusay.
Stop here, please.
Pakihinto dito. Pakihinto dito.
Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Salamat. Salamat.
Thanks.
Salamat. Salamat.
That jacket looks nice on you.
Bagay sa yung jacket na yan. Bagay sa yung jacket na yan.
This is for you.
Ito ay para sa'yo. Ito ay para sa'yo.
This weekend I'm going to the movies.
Ngayong Sabado at Linggo, pupunta ako sa sine. Ngayong Sabado at Linggo, pupunta ako sa sine.
Welcome.
Maligayang pagdating. Maligayang pagdating.
We're meeting someone.
Makikipagkita kami sa isang tao. Makikipagkita kami sa isang tao.
What are you doing here?
Ano bang ginagawa mo dito? Ano bang ginagawa mo dito?
What are you doing this weekend?
Ano bang gagawin mo sa Sabado at Linggo? Ano bang gagawin mo sa Sabado at Linggo?
What are you doing?
Anong ginagawa mo? Anong ginagawa mo?
What do you do?
Anong ginagawa mo? Anong ginagawa mo?
What do you feel like eating?
Ano bang gusto mong kainin? Ano bang gusto mong kainin?
What do you recommend?
Ano ang mairerekomenda mo? Ano ang mairerekomenda mo?
What do you want?
Anong gusto mo? Anong gusto mo?
What happened?
Anong nangyari? Anong nangyari?
What time does it open?
Anong oras ito nagbubukas? Anong oras ito nagbubukas?
What time is it?
Anong oras na? Anong oras na?
What would you like to drink?
Ano bang gusto mong inumin? Ano bang gusto mong inumin?
What's for dinner?
Ano bang para sa hapunan? Ano bang para sa hapunan?
What's the next stop?
Ano ba ang susunod na babaan? Ano ba ang susunod na babaan?
What's the temperature?
Ano ba ang temperatura? Ano ba ang temperatura?
What's this?
Ano ito? Ano ito?
What's wrong?
Anong problema? Anong problema?
What's your favorite website?
Ano ang paborito mong website? Ano ang paborito mong website?
What's your name?
Anong pangalan mo? Anong pangalan mo?
When is your birthday?
Kailan ba ang iyong kaarawan? Kailan ba ang iyong kaarawan?
When will the plane leave?
Kailan aalis ang eroplano? Kailan aalis ang eroplano?
Where are we going?
Saan ba tayo pupunta? Saan ba tayo pupunta?
Where are you from?
Taga saan ka? Taga saan ka? Where do you live?
Saan ka ba nakatira? Saan ka ba nakatira?
Where do you work?
Saan ka ba nagtratrabaho? Saan ka ba nagtratrabaho?
Where is it?
Saan ba iyon? Saan ba iyon?
Where is the?
Nasaan ang? Nasaan ang?
Where is the bathroom?
Saan ba ang banyo? Saan ba ang banyo?
Who is it?
Sino ito? Sino ito?
Who's going?
Sinong pupunta? Sinong pupunta?
Who's there?
Sino yan? Sino yan?
Why are you late?
Bakit ka nahuli? Bakit ka nahuli?
Yes, I do.
Oo, ginagawa ko. Oo, ginagawa ko.
Yes.
Oo. Oo.
You have good taste.
Maganda ang taste mo. Maganda ang taste mo.
You look gorgeous.
Ang ganda mo. Ang ganda mo.
Your smile is beautiful.
Maganda ang iyong ngiti. Maganda ang iyong ngiti.
You're handsome.
Ang gwapo mo. Ang gwapo mo.
You're smart.
Ang galing mo. Ang galing mo.
You're welcome.
Walang anuman. Walang anuman.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Pagdukot. Pagdukot.
Acropolis.
Acropolis. Acropolis.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Afghanistan.
Africa. Africa.
Ajanta Caves. Ajanta Caves.
Albania.
Albania. Albania.
Algeria.
Algeria. Algeria.
Allah.
Ala. Ala.
Altamira Cave.
Altamira Cave. Altamira Cave. Ambassador. Ambassador.
Andorra.
Andorra. Andorra.
Angkor Wat.
Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat.
Angola.
Angola. Angola.
Anniversary.
Aniversario. Aniversario.
Archaeological ruins at Mohenjo-daro.
Archaeological ruins at Mohenjo-daro. Archaeological ruins at Mohenjo-daro.
Archaeological site of Troy.
Archaeological site of Troy. Archaeological site of Troy.
Argentina.
Argentina. Argentina.
Armenia.
Armenia. Armenia.
Army.
Hukbo. Hukbo.
Art.
Sining. Sining.
Asia. Asia.
Australia.
Australia. Australia.
Austria.
Austria. Austria.
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan.
Baby's first birthday.
Unang kaarawan ng sanggol. Unang kaarawan ng sanggol.
Bahrain.
Bahrain. Bahrain.
Bail.
Piyansa. Piyansa.
Bali.
Bali. Bali.
Ballot.
Balota. Balota.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Bangladesh.
Baptism.
Binyag. Binyag. Barbados. Barbados. Basilica of San Francesco. Basilica of San Francesco. Tumaas ang ranggo. Tumaas ang ranggo.
Bear a child.
Manganak. Manganak.
Behavior.
Ugali. Ugali. Belarus. Belarus.
Belgium.
Bélgica. Bélgica.
Paniniwala. Paniniwala.
Bible.
Biblia. Biblia.
Birthday.
Kaarawan. Kaarawan.
Birthday cake.
Cake sa kaarawan. Cake sa kaarawan.
Bolivia.
Bolivia. Bolivia. Borobudur Temple Compounds. Borobudur Temple Compounds.
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Bosnia at Herzegovina. Bosnia at Herzegovina. Bouquet ng bulaklak. bouquet ng bulaklak.
Brazil.
Brazil. Brazil.
Bride.
Ikakasal na babae. Ikakasal na babae.
Bridesmaid.
Bridesmaid. Bridesmaid.
Brunei.
Brunei. Brunei.
Buddha. Buddha.
Buddhism.
Budismo. Budismo.
Buddhist memorial service.
Paglilibing sa isang Buddhist. Paglilibing sa isang Buddhist.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Bulgaria.
Buy a home.
Bumili ng bahay. Bumili ng bahay.
Cambodia.
Cambodia. Cambodia.
Cameroon. Cameroon.
Canada.
Canada. Canada.
Candidate. Kandidato. Kandidato.
Catholic.
Katoliko. Katoliko.
Catholicism.
Katoliko. Katoliko.
Central America.
Gitnang Amerika. Gitnang Amerika.
Ceremony.
Seremonya. Seremonya.
Chad.
Chad. Chad.
Chant a sutra.
Umawit ng isang sutra. Umawit ng isang sutra.
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza.
Chile.
Chile. Chile.
China.
China. China.
Christ the Redeemer. Christ the Redeemer.
Christianity.
Cristianismo. Cristianismo.
Church.
Simbahan. Simbahan.
Batas sibil. Batas sibil.
Coffin.
Kabaong. Kabaong.
Colosseum.
Colosseum. Colosseum.
Colombia.
Colombia. Colombia.
Community.
Comunidad. Comunidad. Confucianism. Confucianism.
Confucius.
Confucius. Confucius.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Costa Rica.
Court of law.
Batas hukuman. Batas hukuman.
Sining. Sining.
Crematorium. Crematorium.
Crime.
Krimen. Krimen. Saligang batas. Saligang batas.
Criminal trial.
Paglilitis. Paglilitis. Croatia. Croatia.
Crucipiho. Crucipiho.
Cuba.
Cuba. Cuba.
Culture.
Kultura. Kultura.
Custom.
Kaugalian. Kaugalian.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. Czech Republic. Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama.
Date.
Date. Date.
Defendant.
Nasasakdal. Nasasakdal.
Denmark.
Denmark. Denmark.
Diversity.
Pagkakaiba-iba. Pagkakaiba-iba.
Divorce.
Diborsyo. Diborsyo.
Ecuador.
Ecuador. Ecuador.
Education.
Edukasyon. Edukasyon.
Egypt.
Egypt. Egypt.
Elect.
Binoto. Binoto.
Election.
Halalan. Halalan.
Electorate.
Botante. Botante.
Ellora Caverns.
Ellora Caverns. Ellora Caverns.
Engage.
Engage. Engage.
England.
Inglaterra. Inglaterra.
Estonia.
Estonia. Estonia.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Ethiopia.
Europa. Europa.
Fair.
Peria. Peria.
Family.
Pamilya. Pamilya.
Festival.
Pagdiriwang. Pagdiriwang.
Fine.
Multa. Multa.
Finland.
Finland. Finland.
Folk song.
Katutubong kanta. Katutubong kanta.
Folktale.
Kwentong bayan. Kwentong bayan.
Folklore.
Alamat. Alamat.
Food. Pagkain. Pagkain.
Forbidden city.
Forbidden city. Forbidden city.
France.
Pransa. Pransa.
Fraud.
Manloloko. Manloloko.
Funeral.
Libing. Libing.
Galapagos Islands. Galapagos Islands.
Germany.
Alemania. Alemania.
Giza Pyramids. Giza Pyramids.
God.
Dios. Dios.
Gobierno. Gobierno.
Graduate.
Makatapos sa pag-aaral. Makatapos sa pag-aaral.
Graduation.
Pagtatapos. Pagtatapos.
Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon.
Grave.
Libingan. Libingan.
Great Barrier Reef.
Great Barrier Reef. Great Barrier Reef.
Great Wall of China.
Great Wall of China. Great Wall of China.
Greece.
Grecia. Grecia.
Greet.
Batiin. Batiin.
Greeting.
Pagbati. Pagbati.
Groom.
Ikakasal na lalaki. Ikakasal na lalaki. Guatemala. Guatemala.
Handmade.
Gawang kamay. Gawang kamay.
Have a baby.
Magkakaanak. Magkakaanak.
Head of State.
Pinuno ng estado. Pinuno ng estado.
Hearse.
Karo. Karo. Himeji Castle. Himeji Castle.
Hinduism.
Hinduismo. Hinduismo.
Hiroshima Peace Memorial. Hiroshima Peace Memorial.
History.
Kasaysayan. Kasaysayan.
Pulot gata. Pulot gata.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Hong Kong.
Hungary.
Hungary. Hungary.
Iceland.
Iceland. Iceland.
India.
India. India.
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Indonesia.
Iran.
Iran. Iran.
Iraq.
Iraq. Iraq.
Ireland.
Ireland. Ireland.
Islam.
Islam. Islam.
Israel. Israel.
Italy.
Italia. Italia.
Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast.
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Jamaica.
Japan.
Hapon. Hapon.
Jesus Christ.
Jesucristo. Jesucristo.
Jordan.
Jordan. Jordan.
Judaism.
Judaísmo. Judaísmo.
Kenya.
Kenya. Kenya.
Kuwait.
Kuwait. Kuwait.
Language.
Wika. Wika.
Laos.
Laos. Laos.
Latvia.
Latvia. Latvia.
Law.
Batas. Batas.
Lebanon.
Lebanon. Lebanon.
Legend.
Alamat. Alamat.
Libya.
Libya. Libya.
Lithuania.
Lithuania. Lithuania.
Macedonia.
Macedonia. Macedonia. Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu.
Madagascar.
Madagascar. Madagascar.
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Malaysia.
Molly.
Mali. Mali.
Mary.
Magpakasal. Magpakasal.
Mass.
Misa. Misa.
Memorial services.
Pabasa. Pabasa.
Metropolitan Museum of Art. Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Mexico.
Mexico. Mexico.
Military parade.
Parada ng militar. Parada ng militar.
Muhammad.
Muhammad. Muhammad.
Mongolia.
Mongolia. Mongolia.
Monk.
Monje. Monje.
Morocco.
Morocco. Morocco.
Mosque.
Mosque. Mosque.
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest. Mount Everest. Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji.
Pagluluksa. Pagluluksa.
Movie.
Cine. Cine. Mount Kilimanjaro. Mount Kilimanjaro.
Murder.
Pagpatay. Pagpatay.
Museum.
Museo. Museo.
Music.
Musika. Musika.
Muslim.
Muslim. Muslim.
Myanmar.
Myanmar. Myanmar.
Nasyon. Nasyon.
Nationality.
Nasyonalidad. Nasyonalidad.
Navy.
Hukbong pangkaragatan. Hukbong pangkaragatan.
Nepal. Nepal.
Netherlands.
Olanda. Olanda.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. New Zealand.
Niger.
Niger. Niger.
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Nigeria.
North America.
Hilagang Amerika. Hilagang Amerika.
North Korea.
Hilagang Korea. Hilagang Korea.
Norway.
Norway. Norway.
Oceania.
Oceania. Oceania.
Olympics.
Olympics. Olympics.
Oman.
Oman. Oman.
Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development.
Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC.
Orthodoxy.
Orthodoxy. Orthodoxy.
Pakistan.
Pakistan. Pakistan. Palace and Park of Versailles. Palace and Park of Versailles.
Palestine.
Palestine. Palestine.
Panama.
Panama. Panama.
Parade.
Parada. Parada.
Paraguay. Paraguay.
Parents.
Magulang. Magulang.
Parthenon.
Parthenon. Parthenon.
Party.
Kasiyahan. Kasiyahan. Pastor. Pastor.
Peru.
Peru. Peru.
Petra.
Petra. Petra.
Philippines.
Pilipinas. Pilipinas. Placard. Placard.
Poland.
Poland. Poland.
Political party. Partidong politikal. Partidong politikal.
Politics. Politika. Politika.
Portugal.
Portugal. Portugal.
Pregnant.
Buntis. Buntis.
Present.
Regalo. Regalo.
Priest.
Pari. Pari.
Prison.
Bilangguan. Bilangguan.
Pagtaas ng ranggo. Pagtaas ng ranggo.
Propose.
Mag-propose. Mag-propose.
Protestant.
Protestante. Protestante.
Protestantism.
Protestante. Protestante.
Qatar.
Qatar. Qatar.
Quran.
Quran. Quran.
Relationship.
Relasyon. Relasyon.
Relatives.
Kamag-anak. Kamag-anak.
Religion. Religion.
Retire.
Magretiro. Magretiro.
Ritual.
Ritual. Ritual. Romania. Romania.
Russia.
Russia. Russia.
Saint Sophia Cathedral.
Saint Sophia Cathedral. Saint Sophia Cathedral.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia.
School event.
Kaganapan sa paaralan. Kaganapan sa paaralan.
Senegal.
Senegal. Senegal.
Shia.
Shia. Shia.
Singapore.
Singapore. Singapore.
Slovakia.
Slovakia. Slovakia.
Society.
Lipunan. Lipunan.
Somalia.
Somalia. Somalia.
South Africa.
Timog Africa. Timog Africa.
South America.
Timog America. Timog America.
South Korea.
Timog Korea. Timog Korea.
Souvenir.
Souvenir. Souvenir.
Spain.
España. España.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty.
Sudan.
Sudan. Sudan.
Sunni.
Sunni. Sunni.
To suspect.
Pinaghihinalaan. Pinaghihinalaan.
Sutra.
Sutra. Sutra.
Sweden.
Sweden. Sweden.
Switzerland.
Suiza. Suiza.
Syria.
Syria. Syria.
Taiwan.
Taiwan. Taiwan.
Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal.
Tanzania.
Tanzania. Tanzania.
Taoism.
Taoism. Taoism.
Temple.
Templo. Templo.
Terrorism.
Terrorismo. Terrorismo.
Thailand.
Thailand. Thailand.
Theater.
Teatro. Teatro.
Tower of London.
Tower of London. Tower of London. Tradisyon. Tradisyon.
Tunisia.
Tunisia. Tunisia.
Turkey. Turkey.
Uganda.
Uganda. Uganda.
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Ukraine.
United Arab Emirates.
United Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates.
United Nations.
United Nations. United Nations.
United Nations Security Council.
United Nations Security Council. United Nations Security Council.
United States.
Estados Unidos. Estados Unidos.
Uruguay.
Uruguay. Uruguay.
Vatican City.
Vatican City. Vatican City. Venezuela. Venezuela. Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls.
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Vietnam.
Virgin Mary.
Birheng Maria. Birheng Maria.
Voter. Botante. Botante.
War.
Digmaan. Digmaan.
Wedding.
Kasal. Kasal.
Wedding cake.
Cake sa kasal. Cake sa kasal.
Wedding dress.
Damit pangkasal. Damit pangkasal.
Yangtze River.
Yangtze River. Yangtze River.
Yellow River.
Yellow River. Yellow River. Yemen. Yemen. Zambia, Zambia. Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe.
Zoroastrianism.
Zoroastrianism, Zoroastrianism.
10 phrases you always want to hear. Ang ganda mo ngayon. You look great today. Okay, the first phrase is, ang ganda mo ngayon. You look great today. This is kind of a double-edged sword because if you say, you look great today, did they look not great yesterday? But still, it's nice to hear, I guess. Ganda mo ngayon. Makeup ka. Miss na kita. I miss you. Next phrase is, miss na kita. I miss you. If you're away and they say I miss you, then that's fine, I guess, because like you're not together. But if someone says you and you've been hanging out like every day, that means something else. Like you're there but not there kind of thing. So see for yourself. So if you want to say that I really miss you, then you just say miss na kita. May bonus sa katapusan ng buwan. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month. Okay, the next phrase that you always want to hear is may bonus sa katapusan ng buwan. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. Yeah, this one, you'd want to hear this. Especially if you're like not good with the bills. Napakagaling mong magluto. You're an excellent cook. Napakagaling mong magluto. You're an excellent cook. If you know how to cook, unlike me, and you give your friends some of the things you cook, and they say this to you, then always want to hear that. Yeah. Magpahinga ka. Ako ang maglilinis ngayon. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. Magpahinga ka. Ako ang maglilinis ngayon. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. Oh, yeah. Guess if you hear this, that would be very great as well. I need help with the cleaning. Tama ka. You're right. Okay, another thing you might want to hear is tama ka. Or you were right. Yeah, I guess you want to hear this when you're in an argument. Dinalhan kita ng isang special na bagay. I brought you something special. Next one is, dinalhan kita ng isang special na bagay. That means, I brought you something special. I want something special. Unlimited ang budget. The budget is unlimited. Next phrase you would want to hear is, unlimited ang budget. Or, the budget is unlimited. Definitely, if you want like a bunch of equipment and they say to you, the budget is unlimited. Like, yeah! Ililibre kita. I'll treat you. Next one is, ililibre kita. Meaning, I'll treat you. Ah, so nice. Oh, many Filipinos love hearing this. So like, if you want to make Filipino friends, make sure to say this. Yeah. Ang bait mo. You're kind. Ang bait mo. Meaning, you're kind. Sometimes it's nice to know that like your kindness is being appreciated. So like if someone says this to you, then you'll feel happy, I guess. If you want to convey that they're very kind, just repeat the adjective. So it's gonna be ang bait-bait mo. So that means you're very kind.
How to respond to how are you? Let's go. Kamusta? Kamusta? How are you? So the first word is how are you? In Filipino, kamusta? So this is very useful when you pass by someone, you want to know how they are, right? Or to just want to ask someone how they are. At ikaw? At ikaw. And you? At ikaw? Or in English, and you? How do you usually respond when people ask you, how are you? And you? So if you're trying to avoid answering this question, you can ask, at ikaw? Or, and you? Probably you're like feeling too tired from work or something, right? Or you can, like casually, more people would say, ikaw? Or just simply, ikaw? It all means, and you. So it's a kind of like a nice gesture if someone asks you, how are you? And then you want to ask the same question because you just want to be nice. Kamusta ka naman kamakailan? Kamusta ka naman kamakailan? How have you been recently? So if you want to be more specific about asking them how they are in a certain period of time, you can ask, kamusta ka naman kamakailan? Or, how have you been recently? So probably you would have friends that would have gone to vacation or would have found a new job or would have graduated from university, which is all me. And then you can ask them, how have you been recently? Mabuti ako. Mabuti ako. I'm fine. So how do you answer all these how are you questions and variations of how are you? First, you can say, if you are really feeling this, mabuti ako, or I'm fine. Of course, you can say it if you're not fine, right? I mean, if you just want to because sometimes when you say, I'm not so okay, I'm feeling a bit down, then they would ask you more things. But sometimes if you don't want to answer any of these things, but you are not fine, you can still say, I'm fine. But in Filipino, you ask people how are you because you want to know how they are. Or we don't really say this as a greeting. Okay naman ako. Okay naman ako. I'm not bad. Aside from I'm fine, how can you respond to how are you? You can say, okay naman ako, or I'm not bad. So if you are feeling like saying that you are not so fine, but you are also not fine, you can say, well, I'm not bad. It's okay. Everything's cool. But I'm crying inside. I'm dead inside. Okay. Inaantok ako. Inaantok ako. I'm sleepy. If you're feeling sleepy, you can say, inaantok ako, or I'm sleepy. After lunch, usually that's the time when you feel this, you're really sleepy. Even though you have lots of work, you're feeling sleepy, or sometimes you don't have lots of work, you're feeling sleepy. So you can say it. It's valid. It's okay. Just don't say it to your boss. I don't think if your boss asks you, how are you? I'm sleepy. Oh, that's not really good. Well, probably you should go home, not come back anymore. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. That's how it will go, right? Masama ang pakiramdam ko. Masama ang pakiramdam ko. I'm feeling bad. Or if you are not feeling so well, you can say, masama ang pakiramdam ko. Or, I'm feeling bad. So, you can say this if you have a bit of cold, for instance, or your stomach is upset, or what else? Or you have a broken heart, like those kinds of things. So, if you want to say that you're feeling bad, you say, masama ang pakiramdam ko. Okay ako. Okay ako. I'm okay. But what if you're just fine? What if you're just okay, but you don't want to say, I'm fine? Or mabuti naman ako, or ayos naman ako. You can also say casually, okay ako, which is very casual. Very simple, okay ako. Okay na okay ako. Okay na okay ako. I'm great. If you want to say that you are really doing great, then you can say, okay na okay ako. You would have to note that in Filipino, when you repeat words, it what's it called? It's a superlative version of the adjective, kind of, but it's not. But it's kind of amps up the impact of the adjective. So it's equivalent to very. So you would say okay na okay ako, meaning I'm super duper okay, right? Or if you're really, for instance, sleepy, you would say antok na antok ako instead of just saying antok. ako, right? Salamat sa pagtatanong. Salamat sa pagtatanong. Thank you for asking. And for instance, you were feeling bad and then this person that asked you, how are you, made you feel happy, then you can say, thank you for asking, or salamat sa pagtatanong. Because of course you felt happy that someone asked you, especially if you're feeling bad.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the dialogue study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella. How are your Filipino listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
May isang babae na nagtatanong sa salesman sa isang tindahan ng libro. Anong libro ang gustong makita ng babae? Mawalang galang lang. Gusto ko sanang makita yung libro sa istanteng iyon.
Anong librong gusto mo?
Yung tungkol sa mga kotse.
Sandali lang. Eto ba?
Oo, iyan nga.
Eto na.
Anong libro ang gustong makita ng babae? May isang babae na nagtatanong sa salesman sa isang tindahan ng libro. Anong libro ang gustong makita ng babae? Mawalang galang lang. Gusto ko sanang makita yung libro sa istanteng iyon.
Anong librong gusto mo?
Yung tungkol sa mga kotse.
Sandali lang. Eto ba?
Oo, iyan nga.
Eto na.
May isang babae at isang lalaki na tumitingin sa menu sa isang kainan. Ano ang o-orderin ng lalaki?
Ano ang orderin mo?
Mukhang masarap ang pizza. Sa palagay ko, yun ang o-orderin ko.
Nagpizza ako kahapon. Kaya
Okay, ano kaya kung hamburger?
mukhang masarap. Sige, yun ang orderin ko.
Ano ang o-orderin ng lalaki? May isang babae at isang lalaki na tumitingin sa menu sa isang kainan. Ano ang o-orderin ng lalaki?
Ano ang orderin mo?
Mukhang masarap ang pizza. Sa palagay ko, yun ang o-orderin ko.
Nagpizza ako kahapon. Kaya
Okay, ano kaya kung hamburger?
mukhang masarap. Sige, yun ang orderin ko.
May isang lalaki na tumatawag sa opisina ng isang doktor. Anong oras niya kailangan na nasa opisina ng doktor? Hello, anong kailangan nyo?
Anong oras kayo magsasara ngayon?
Nagsasara kami ng alas 6. Pero pumunta na kayo bago mag alas 5:30.
Okay, salamat.
Anong oras niya kailangan na nasa opisina ng doktor? May isang lalaki na tumatawag sa opisina ng isang doktor. Anong oras niya kailangan na nasa opisina ng doktor? Hello, anong kailangan nyo?
Anong oras kayo magsasara ngayon?
Nagsasara kami ng alas 6. Pero pumunta na kayo bago mag alas 5:30.
Okay, salamat.
May isang batang lalaki na nagbabasa ng kanyang talaarawan. Ano ang unang bagay na ginawa ng batang lalaki ngayong araw na ito?
Maganda ang panahon. Nag-swimming ako sa pool noong hapon. Tapos, nagpunta ako sa sinehan nung kinagabihan. Nag-aral din ako ng buong umaga. Hindi na masama.
Ano ang unang bagay na ginawa ng batang lalaki ngayong araw na ito? May isang batang lalaki na nagbabasa ng kanyang talaarawan. Ano ang unang bagay na ginawa ng batang lalaki ngayong araw na ito?
Maganda ang panahon. Nag-swimming ako sa pool noong hapon. Tapos, nagpunta ako sa sinehan nung kinagabihan. Nag-aral din ako ng buong umaga. Hindi na masama.
May isang lalaki at isang babae na tumitingin sa isang larawan. Anong larawan ang tinitignan nila? Ito yung larawan ng soccer team kung saan miyembro ang anak mo, hindi ba? Sino dito ang anak mo?
Ito.
Ah, siya ang pinakamatangkad.
Oo. Mas matangkad pa siya kaysa sa akin.
Anong larawan ang tinitignan nila? May isang lalaki at isang babae na tumitingin sa isang larawan. Anong larawan ang tinitignan nila? Ito yung larawan ng soccer team kung saan miyembro ang anak mo, hindi ba? Sino dito ang anak mo?
Ito.
Ah, siya ang pinakamatangkad.
Oo. Mas matangkad pa siya kaysa sa akin.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Arrive.
Dumating. Dumating.
Ask.
Tanong. Tanong.
Bathe.
Maligo. Maligo.
Become.
Maging. Maging.
Begin.
Magsimula. Magsimula.
To believe.
Maniwala. Maniwala.
Break.
Basag. Basag.
Brush.
Sipilyo. Sipilyo.
Buy.
Bumili. Bumili.
Call.
Telepono. Telepono.
Can.
Maaari. Maaari.
Clean.
Maglinis. Maglinis.
Close.
Isara. Isara.
Come.
Pumunta. Pumunta.
Cook.
Magluto. Magluto.
Correct.
Itama. Itama.
Cry.
Umiyak. Umiyak.
Cut.
Hiwa. Hiwa.
Dance.
Sumayaw. Sumayaw.
Do.
Gumawa. Gumawa.
Draw.
Gumuhit. Gumuhit.
Dream.
Managinip. Managinip.
Drink.
Inom. Inom.
Eat.
Kumain. Kumain.
Enter.
Pumasok. Pumasok.
Erase.
Burahin. Burahin.
Exercise.
Mag-ehersisyo. Mag-ehersisyo.
Exist.
Umiral. Umiral.
Explain.
Ipaliwanag. Ipaliwanag.
Feel.
Pakiramdam. Pakiramdam.
Finish.
Tapos. Tapos.
Forget.
Makalimutan. Makalimutan.
Freeze.
Freeze. Freeze.
Get up.
Tayo. Tayo.
Go.
Pumunta. Pumunta.
Here.
Narinig. Narinig.
Help.
Tulungan. Tulungan.
Hold.
Hawak. Hawak.
Hug.
Yakap. Yakap. Laugh.
Tumawa. Tumawa.
Learn.
Aral. Aral.
Leave.
Alis. Alis.
To like.
Gusto. Gusto.
Listen.
Narinig. Narinig.
Live.
Ikabubuhay. Ikabubuhay.
Look.
Tingin. Tingin.
Love.
Pagmamahalan. Pagmamahalan.
Make.
Gawa. Gawa.
Memorize.
Isaulo. Isaulo.
Miss.
Pumalya. Pumalya.
Need.
Kailanganin. Kailanganin.
Open.
Bukas. Bukas.
Pay.
Magbayad. Magbayad.
Pick up.
Sagutin. Sagutin.
Prepare.
Maghanda. Maghanda.
Pull.
Hila. Hila.
Push.
Itulak. Itulak.
Rain.
Umulan. Umulan.
Read.
Magbasa. Magbasa.
Remember.
Alalahanin. Alalahanin.
Rent.
Upa. Upa.
Repeat.
Ulitin. Ulitin.
Resemble.
Kamukha. Kamukha.
Respect.
Respeto. Respeto.
Rest.
Magpahinga. Magpahinga.
Return.
Ibalik. Ibalik.
Ride.
Sakay. Sakay.
Say.
Sabihin. Sabihin.
Search.
Maghanap. Maghanap.
See.
Makakita. Makakita.
Sell.
Magbenta. Magbenta.
Send.
Magpadala. Magpadala.
Serve.
Maghain. Maghain.
Shop.
Mamili. Mamili.
Sightsee.
Pagliliwaliw. Pagliliwaliw.
Sing.
Umawit. Umawit.
Sleep.
Matulog. Matulog.
Speak.
Salita. Salita.
Stand.
Tumayo. Tumayo.
Stay.
Manatili. Manatili.
Study.
Mag-aral. Mag-aral.
Sweat.
Pawisan. Pawisan.
Take.
Kumuha. Kumuha.
Talk.
Mag-usap. Mag-usap.
Teach.
Turo. Turo.
Text.
Text. Text.
Thank.
Pasalamatan. Pasalamatan.
To think.
Isip. Isip.
Travel.
Bumiyahe. Bumiyahe.
Turn off.
Patayin. Patayin.
Turn on.
Buksan. Buksan.
To understand.
Intindi. Intindi.
Use.
Gumamit. Gumamit.
Wait.
Maghintay. Maghintay.
Wake up.
Gumising. Gumising.
Walk.
Lakad. Lakad.
Want.
Gusto. Gusto.
Watch.
Manood. Manood.
Wipes.
Punasan. Punasan.
Work.
Magtrabaho. Magtrabaho.
Write.
Sulat. Sulat.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
I'm sorry.
Patawad ako. Patawad ako.
Don't worry.
Huwag mag-alala. Huwag mag-alala.
It's okay.
Okay lang. Okay lang.
Please?
Pakisuyo. Pakisuyo.
Please forgive me.
Patawarin mo ako. Patawarin mo ako.
I really appreciate it.
Ikinalulugod ko. Ikinalulugod ko.
Thank you. Salamat. Salamat.
You're welcome.
Walang anuman. Walang anuman.
Make yourself at home.
Ariin mo itong parang bahay mo. Ariin mo itong parang bahay mo.
Hello.
Kamusta? Kamusta?
Good morning.
Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga.
Goodbye.
Paalam. Paalam.
Long time no see.
Ang tagal nating di nagkita. Ang tagal nating di nagkita.
Good evening.
Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Pasensya na sa abala. Pasensya na sa abala.
Wait a moment.
Pahintay po ng saglit. Pahintay po ng saglit.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Awesome.
Galing. Galing.
Delicious.
Sarap. Sarap.
I like it.
Gusto ko yan. Gusto ko yan.
I don't like it.
Hindi ko gusto ito. Hindi ko gusto ito.
How are you?
Kamusta? Kamusta?
Really?
Talaga? Talaga?
Help.
Tulong. Tulong.
Where are you from?
Taga saan ka? Taga saan ka?
What's your phone number?
Ano ang phone number mo? Ano ang phone number mo?
What time is it?
Anong oras na? Anong oras na?
What is it?
Ano iyon? Ano iyon?
This is for you.
Ito ay para sa'yo. Ito ay para sa'yo.
Slower, please.
Pakibagalan. Pakibagalan.
Once again, please.
Pakiulit. Pakiulit.
Nice to meet you.
Ikinalulugod kitang makilala. Ikinalulugod kitang makilala.
It's difficult.
Ito ay mahirap. Ito ay mahirap.
I'm good.
Mabuti naman ako. Mabuti naman ako.
I don't understand.
Hindi ko maintindihan. Hindi ko maintindihan.
How old are you?
Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na?
How have you been?
Kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na?
It takes about 30 minutes by train.
Aabutin niyo ng halos 30 minuto sa pamamagitan ng tren. Aabutin niyo ng halos 30 minuto sa pamamagitan ng tren.
I want a bottle of water.
Gusto ko ng isang bote ng tubig. Gusto ko ng isang bote ng tubig.
I live in Los Angeles.
Nakatira ako sa Los Angeles. Nakatira ako sa Los Angeles.
My vacation starts in 2 weeks.
Magsisimula ang bakasyon ko sa loob ng 2 linggo. Magsisimula ang bakasyon ko sa loob ng 2 linggo.
I've changed.
Nagbago na ako. Nagbago na ako.
I won't do it again.
Hindi ko na iyon gagawin ulit. Hindi ko na iyon gagawin ulit.
This weekend I'm going to the movies.
Ngayong Sabado at Linggo, pupunta ako sa sine. Ngayong Sabado at Linggo, pupunta ako sa sine.
What are you doing this weekend?
Ano bang gagawin mo sa Sabado at Linggo? Ano bang gagawin mo sa Sabado at Linggo?
I'll have time next week.
Magkakaroon ako ng panahon sa susunod na linggo. Magkakaroon ako ng panahon sa susunod na linggo.
I'm busy this week.
Abala ako ngayong linggo. Abala ako ngayong linggo.
Ready to start?
Handa nang magsimula. Handa nang magsimula.
You're handsome.
Ang gwapo mo. Ang gwapo mo.
I love you.
Mahal kita. Mahal kita.
I'm having a great time.
Nasisiyahan ako. Nasisiyahan ako.
Want to speak real Filipino from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at filipinopod101.com.
Hi everyone, this is Ice. Welcome to another lesson of Filipino Top Words. Today we're gonna discuss 10 must-know vocabulary for the restaurant. Food is definitely a big thing in the Philippines, and if you come to the Philippines, you need to try a lot of things. Everyone says it's kind of cheap in the Philippines, so try as much as you want. Let's go! Waiter. Waiter. It's one of those English words that just like ends up in Filipino language as well. Waiter. So as a sample sentence, maybe you're not used to having all male waiters all the time. So here's a sentence for you. Ngayon lang nakakita ng kainan na puro lalaki ang waiter. Ngayon lang ako nakakita ng kainan na puro lalaki ang waiter. This is my first time in a restaurant with all male waiters. Maybe it's just that shift when you were in, it was all just waiters for that shift. Waitress. Well, in English, there's waiter, and then, of course, if it's a female server, then you would say waitress. And that's also what we have gotten from English. We just also call them waitress. Waitress means waitress. For example, if go to a restaurant and someone, the waitress serving there, you could use this sentence. Kilala ko ang waitress na iyon. Kilala ko ang waitress na iyon. I know that waitress. Well, maybe you should ask for her autograph. don't ask for a discount. Come on, guys. Like, she's working. It's like, pay her and give her a tip, even if you know her. Menu, meaning menu. It's actually spelled the same way, but because in Filipino, we have a tendency to pronounce things the way they are written. So if it's written menu, there's no Y in there. So why would we say it's as a menu? It's a menu. And if there's just a small amount of things you could see from the menu, you could use this sentence. Napakakonti ng pagpipilian sa menu nila. Napakakonti ng pagpipilian sa menu nila. They have very few selections on their menu. Well, it's very good for people who can't decide, like me. So sometimes it's not really a bad thing. Actually, like having tons of things on menu may actually be like, oh my god, this is gonna take forever. And maybe it's more efficient and also, yeah, if they have so many things in their menu, then they have to prepare that all like in the kitchen, so you don't know if like it might take you longer to get your food if they have more things on their menu. So be thankful that there's only just a very few selection on your menu. Umorder, to order. In case you're one of those people who get hangry, which means angry when you're getting hungry, then you might want to memorize this sentence. Umorder na tayo kasi gutom na ako. Umorder na tayo kasi gutom na ako. Let's order because I'm hungry. You know, there's always that one person who always like wants to chica, like wants to gossip before even looking at the menu. So sometimes you just have to be like just let's order because like it's gonna take them a while to prepare our food and I'm already hungry. So like just look at the menu already and order first before we do any chica or taking pictures or taking selfie. Tubig, meaning water. This is one of my favorite things in a restaurant. Tubig. Because, you know, in the Philippines it's hot and it's like you just like after walking around all day or doing shopping or something, then you just want to sit down and like get that like very refreshing cold water. Yeah. But not only is it refreshing, it's also good for you. So just like in this sentence, magtubig lang tayo kasi libre na, maganda pa para sa kalusugan. Magtubig lang tayo kasi libre na, maganda pa para sa kalusugan. Let's just have water since it's free and it's good for the health. So, this is true. Water for life. Panghimagas, meaning dessert. Oh no, but you don't want to hear this sentence. Hindi ako mahilig sa panghimagas. Hindi ako mahilig sa panghimagas. I'm not fond of desserts. Well, if you are fond of desserts, here's the sentence you might want to use. Mahilig ako sa panghimagas. Mahilig ako sa panghimagas. Meaning, I'm fond of desserts. So, there you go. Okay, here's another vocabulary you must know for the restaurant, which is chef. It also means chef. We have this culture now where we have celebrity chefs, so we might want to use this sentence. Sikat ang chef sa kainan na ito. Sikat ang chef sa kainan na ito. The chef of this restaurant is famous. I guess it's also another way of saying the food in this restaurant is gonna be expensive. Masarap. Delicious. Yeah, definitely if you want to say that like what you ate was very good, then you should say it's masarap. For example, like you just ate somewhere that serves you fried chicken and you really thought it was delicious, then you could say this sample sentence. Masarap ang fried chicken. Masarap ang fried chicken. Fried chicken is delicious. I guess if you just like fried chicken in general, you could also say this. Or if you'd like to recommend the fried chicken in a certain store, then yeah, please go ahead and use this sentence. Kainan, which means restaurant. I guess kainan is just like generally a place where you eat. Sometimes it can be a canteen or a cafeteria. It's also like a restaurant. Mahilig akong kumain sa mga murang kainan. Mahilig akong kumain sa mga murang kainan. I like to eat at cheap restaurants. Yeah, I like this too actually. Like there is some like eateries in the Philippines which are known for like serving like they're called lutong bahay, which literally means like home cooked. So it's actually just like a house and they have like I guess a big enough area like in the garage or something, and then they just like cook like whatever like 3 sets of main dish, and then people just like go there during lunch, and it's very cheap, but it's still like it has that home cooked vibe, so it's very good. Recibo, meaning receipt. So you go to a restaurant and you want your company to pay for it, so you might want to ask for that receipt. Your boss might say this to you, or like you might have a rule for your company saying, laging hingiin ang resibo pagkatapos kumain sa kainan. Laging hingiin ang resibo pagkatapos kumain sa kainan. Always ask for the receipt after eating at a restaurant. Do your invoices properly? Okay, so that's 10 must-know vocabulary for the restaurant. So, for all you foodies or just, well, if you just wanna go and have a nice time at the restaurant in the Philippines, then this might come in handy. So, hope you like that, and tell me if you have other vocabulary you want to learn about food or restaurant in Filipino, and share them in the comment section. Hope you liked this video, and if you did, please click the like button. It likes you too. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe for more lessons in Filipino. Go to filipinopod101.com to learn more Filipino using more tools like vocabulary, flashcards, audio lessons, and more. So, see you again next time. Hanggang sa muli.
I need coffee. Hey guys, this is Ice, and welcome to another Filipino top words lesson. In this lesson, we're going to discuss 10 must-know autumn vocabulary words in Filipino. Okay, now let's go to the first word. It's sweater, meaning sweater. You got that one right. Filipinos don't usually use sweater because it's hot. There's this place called Baguio City, like north of Manila. It's cooler there, and it's definitely like the summer capital because everyone wants to go to the cooler place. I guess that's where you might need a sweater. Or if you want to go to the cinema, which has their aircon on full blast, then maybe you need a sweater. And where would you get a sweater? There's this store that has recently come to the Philippines, but it's a Japanese brand. You know, Uniqlo? Well, you could use this sentence, maraming murang sweater na mabibili sa Uniqlo, which means there are a lot of cheap sweaters that can be bought at Uniqlo. Well, it's not actually cheap if you're earning Filipino peso. Just saying. Okay, moving on to the next one, it's maulan, meaning rainy. Ulan means rain, and we have ma in front of adjectives. So, maulan. Maulan means rainy. Ayaw ko ng maulan dahil mahirap maglakad. I don't like rainy days since it's hard to walk. It's not like gravity is 10 times more powerful if it's raining. A lot of Filipinos never bring umbrellas. We never check the weather if it's gonna rain or whatever. So, usually people get caught in the rain and just like go like, rain, need to get out now. Or they just like stay where they are and like let the rain pass. The next one is mahangin, meaning windy. Actually, mahangin is also slang for someone who's like super arrogant, because like a lot of air. It's like, yeah, mahangin. Kahit hindi mababa ang temperatura, pwede ka pa rin ginawin kung mahangin. Even if the temperature is not low, you can still catch a chill if it's windy. Okay, the next one is maginaw, meaning cool. Ang pinakamaginaw na lugar sa Pilipinas ay ang Baguio. Baguio is the coolest place in the Philippines, like temperature-wise. Okay, so the next word is definitely something you want to know if you want to talk about autumn. It's taglagas. Taglagas means autumn. Walang taglagas sa Pilipinas. There is no autumn in the Philippines because tropical climate, hot and hotter only, with a dash of rain and thunder. Next one is malamig, which means cold. You know what's good cold? Drinks. Cold drinks. I really want a cold drink right now. Okay, so like maybe you want to compare two cities like Tokyo and Toronto. Which one is colder? Well, in Filipino, you can use this sentence. Mas malamig ang taglamig sa Toronto kaysa sa Tokyo. The winter in Toronto is colder than Tokyo. Yeah, you know, the earth closer to the sun, farther from the sun is colder. Yay! Science! The next word, it's castañas, meaning chestnut. Okay, for a sample sentence, mahilig ang nanay ko sa castañas. My mom is fond of chestnuts. Is my mom fond of chestnut? I don't know. Mommy, mahilig ka ba sa chestnut? Please comment. So the next word is damit na may mahabang manggas or long sleeve shirt. Mas formal tingnan ang damit na may mahabang manggas. A long sleeve shirt looks more formal. Next word is mga dahong nalalagas, meaning falling leaves. Falling leaves. Maybe you're one of those like melancholic people and like you think that this is so like sad and like makes you think about life. Well, then you could use the sentence. Nakakalungkot makita ang mga dahon na nalalagas. It's lonely to see falling leaves. The next one is Araw ng Pasasalamat, which means Thanksgiving. So we also don't have this in the Philippines. Yeah, if you're American and you want to talk about it, you could also say Thanksgiving, but like if you want to like go full Filipino, then please use Araw ng Pasasalamat. It literally means day of thanking. And that's it for today. That was 10 must-know autumn vocabulary, and I hope you could use some of that words to like tell your autumn stories. Anyway, guys, do you have any other autumn words that you want to know how to be said in Filipino? Or like, do you have any other climate questions? Just leave them in the comments and I'll check it out. I usually do, but I'm also like shy in replying. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like that video. If you do, please click that like button. Please tell me what you think as well. Like, do you have any other topics that you want us to discuss here in Filipino Pod 101? Yeah, that's it. And of course, if you want to know more Filipino, we have a lot of lessons in filipinopod101.com, so please check that one out too. Thank you. See you again next time. Salamat. Paalam. I'll be leaving now. Yeah.
Hello guys, and welcome to Filipino Top Words. I'm Erica, and for today, we will learn about gift ideas you must know in Filipino. Laptop. Laptop. The first gift idea is laptop or laptop. Hindi na masyadong uso ang laptop ngayon. Laptops are no longer trendy recently. If you give a laptop for a gift, you're very generous, right? I mean, they're very cheap laptops, but still you're very generous if you're that generous. Let's give pabango. Perfume. Pabango. Or perfume. Hindi ko alam kung anong pabango ang mabango. I don't know which perfume is fragrant. Giving perfume is a common gift, right? Perfume. When I was in high school, we have a very close teacher, and then because every Christmas we have gift giving, and then this teacher picked one of my classmates that he doesn't really know, so he was asking us, "Oh, what should I give to this girl?" And then we're like, "We don't know, but we don't know actually." And then he said, "Oh, what about perfume?" And then my immediate reaction was like, "Oh no, she might be offended." I don't even know why I said that. At the end of the story, he didn't give her a perfume. Aklat. Book. Aklat or book. Ang isa sa pinakamagandang regalong ibigay ay aklat. One of the best gifts to give is a book. And this I definitely agree with. So I like receiving books. Love letter. Love letter. Next gift idea is love letter. Or in English, love letter. May mga taong mas gustong makatanggap ng love letter kaysa sa mga material na regalo. There are people who prefer love letters more than any material gift. And I'm not one of those. My boyfriend gave me a card. And I was like, what is this? Because usually you give a card with a gift, right? Like you have a gift and then you have a little card that says, oh, this is a gift for you. This is not the actual gift. But okay, some people just like it simple. That's why he gave me a bike. Camera. 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 Or camera. Kapag ba may magandang camera ka, gaganda rin ang mga kuha mo. Will your photos improve if you have a good camera? In English, it doesn't sound so sarcastic. In Filipino, it sounds really sarcastic. I don't know why. But, I mean, if you're giving camera as a gift, wow, very generous. Disposable point and shoot, 300 pesos, you can get one. But if you want to give an SLR, no, it's too much money. Sorry. I'm going to give you a love letter then. Smartphone. 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 In English, smartphone. Mabilis ang paglabas ng bagong modelo ng smartphone ngayon. These days, the turnaround of new smartphone models is fast. But again, if you're going to give smartphone as a gift, that means you're very generous. Game console. Game console. Next gift idea is game console or game console. High-tech na ngayon ang mga game console. Halos virtual reality na. Game consoles nowadays are high-tech. It's almost virtual reality. I think second-hand consoles are kind of cheap, so you can give them as gifts. Diccionario. Dictionary. Diccionario or dictionary. Mainam iregalo ang isang diksyonaryo sa nag-aaral ng wikang Filipino. A dictionary is an ideal gift for those who are studying the Filipino language. Or probably a subscription for a Filipino language course. That's a better idea. I have a Kindle because my apartment is kind of small. So I buy books before, but I realized that there's no space for books anymore. So I decided to buy a Kindle. Kindle is not so expensive. And then I get to read more books than before. And it saves me space and it doesn't make any mess in the house. Because sometimes you just leave books here and there, right? So I think an electronic dictionary is going to be a very useful gift, especially for someone who's studying the language. Or, as I've mentioned, a subscription. Trip sa Boracay. Boracay trip. Trip sa Boracay or Boracay trip. Mabibigla siya pag ililibre mo siya ng trip sa Boracay. He or she will be surprised if you will treat him or her to a Boracay trip. So, this is a very good gift idea. Or trip to other places like Baguio, closer, right? Batangas. Because we have nice places all around the country. Magarbong kainan. Fancy restaurant. Next gift idea is magarbong kainan or fancy restaurant. Maraming magarbong kainan sa Manila. There are a lot of fancy restaurants in Manila. Online, you can buy vouchers, right, for discounted tickets, discounted prices for meals in different fancy restaurants. So I remember my brother when he had his, I don't know how old he is, but when he treated us for his birthday, he bought some vouchers online for this very fancy restaurant. So we went there and then it was his treat. And he saved a lot of money. And then we ate a lot, actually. So you can buy those things online. There's so many places online, Philippine websites, right, that they sell those gift certificates and vouchers. So that's it for this lesson. Hope you learned something new. And what other gift ideas do you know and do you think your friends would like if you give them them? Give them them. If you have any other gift ideas, don't forget to comment them down below and like and subscribe our channel. And if you want to learn more Filipino words, head on to filipinopod101.com. Hanggang sa muli!
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Would you like to dance?
Gusto mo bang sumayaw? Gusto mo bang sumayaw?
You look great.
Ang ganda, gwapo mo. Ang ganda, gwapo mo.
Can you come back later?
Pwede kang bumalik mamaya. Pwede kang bumalik mamaya.
Sorry, we're completely booked.
Paumanhin, puno po kami. Paumanhin, puno po kami.
We'll give you a call.
Tatawagan ka namin. Tatawagan ka namin.
I'll leave it up to you.
Bahala ka na. Bahala ka na.
Is the water too cold?
Masyado bang malamig ang tubig? Masyado bang malamig ang tubig?
Is this your first time with us?
Unang pagkakataon mo ba ito sa amin? Unang pagkakataon mo ba ito sa amin?
Do you like it?
Gusto mo ba ito? Gusto mo ba ito?
It looks great.
Ang ganda. Ang ganda.
I have no money.
Wala akong pera. Wala akong pera.
I want to go here.
Gusto kong pumunta dito. Gusto kong pumunta dito.
I'm looking for this place.
Hinahanap ko ang lugar na ito. Hinahanap ko ang lugar na ito.
It takes 3 to 5 business days.
Kailangan ng 3 hanggang 5 araw ng opisina. Kailangan ng 3 hanggang 5 araw ng opisina.
Could I have a statement, please?
Pwede po akong makahingi ng statement. Pwede po akong makahingi ng statement.
I'd like to exchange money.
Gusto kong magpalit ng pera. Gusto kong magpalit ng pera.
I'd like to make a deposit.
Gusto kong magdeposito. Gusto kong magdeposito.
I'd like to make a withdrawal.
Gusto kong maglabas ng pera. Gusto kong maglabas ng pera.
Sign here, please.
Pakipirma rito. Pakipirma rito.
Go back.
Bumalik ka. Bumalik ka.
Are there any annual charges with this account?
May taunang bayarin ba ang account na ito? May taunang bayarin ba ang account na ito?
I'd like to open an account.
Gusto kong magbukas ng account. Gusto kong magbukas ng account.
Does this hurt?
Masakit ba ito? Masakit ba ito?
I have a cough.
May ubo ako. May ubo ako.
I have a stomachache.
Masakit ang tiyan ko. Masakit ang tiyan ko.
I have a headache.
Masakit ang ulo ko. Masakit ang ulo ko.
I have a fever.
May lagnat ako. May lagnat ako.
It's already full.
Puno na ito. Puno na ito.
About 2 weeks.
Halos 2 linggo. Halos 2 linggo.
Is there something wrong?
Mayroon bang problema? Mayroon bang problema?
I'm here to visit family.
Nandito ako para bumisita ng pamilya. Nandito ako para bumisita ng pamilya.
I'm here on business.
Nandito ako para sa negosyo. Nandito ako para sa negosyo.
I'll stay at the Central Hotel.
Mamamalagi ako sa Central Hotel. Mamamalagi ako sa Central Hotel.
Have you ever been here before?
Nakapunta ka na ba dito dati? Nakapunta ka na ba dito dati?
It will snow on Friday.
Magniniebe sa Biyernes. Magniniebe sa Biyernes.
Tomorrow will be sunny with showers.
Magiging maaraw bukas na may kalat-kalat na pag-ulan. Magiging maaraw bukas na may kalat-kalat na pag-ulan.
Tomorrow will be sunny.
Magiging maaraw bukas. Magiging maaraw bukas.
What's the temperature?
Ano ba ang temperatura? Ano ba ang temperatura?
Is it hot in the summer?
Mainit ba sa tag-init? Mainit ba sa tag-init?
What's the weather like in winter?
Ano kaya ang lagay ng panahon sa taglamig? Ano kaya ang lagay ng panahon sa taglamig?
There will be heavy rain in the evening.
Magkakaroon ng malakas na ulan sa gabi. Magkakaroon ng malakas na ulan sa gabi.
There will be thunderstorms in the afternoon.
Magkakaroon ng bagyo na may pagkulog sa hapon. Magkakaroon ng bagyo na may pagkulog sa hapon.
A storm is coming.
Paparating ang isang bagyo. Paparating ang isang bagyo.
It will rain in the afternoon.
Uulan sa hapon. Uulan sa hapon.
What bad weather?
Isang masamang panahon. Isang masamang panahon.
It's been raining all day.
Umulan sa buong araw. Umulan sa buong araw.
It's a beautiful day.
Ito ay isang magandang araw. Ito ay isang magandang araw.
So, what's new?
Anong bago? Anong bago?
Where did you go today?
Saan ka pumunta ngayong araw? Saan ka pumunta ngayong araw?
Want to speak real Filipino from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at filipinopod101.com. I'm sorry.
Patawad ako. Patawad ako.
Don't worry.
Huwag mag-alala. Huwag mag-alala.
It's okay.
Okay lang. Okay lang.
Please?
Pakisuyo. Pakisuyo.
Please forgive me.
Patawarin mo ako. Patawarin mo ako.
I really appreciate it.
Ikinalulugod ko. Ikinalulugod ko.
Thank you.
Salamat! Salamat!
You're welcome.
Walang anuman. Walang anuman.
Make yourself at home.
Ariin mo itong parang bahay mo. Ariin mo itong parang bahay mo.
Hello.
Kamusta? Kamusta?
Good morning.
Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga.
Goodbye.
Paalam. Paalam.
Long time no see.
Ang tagal nating di nagkita. Ang tagal nating di nagkita.
Good evening.
Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Pasensya na sa abala. Pasensya na sa abala.
Wait a moment.
Pahintay po ng saglit. Pahintay po ng saglit.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Awesome.
Galing. Galing.
Delicious.
Sarap. Sarap.
I like it.
Gusto ko yan. Gusto ko yan.
I don't like it.
Hindi ko gusto ito. Hindi ko gusto ito.
How are you?
Kamusta? Kamusta?
Really?
Talaga? Talaga?
Help.
Tulong. Tulong.
Where are you from?
Taga saan ka? Taga saan ka?
What's your phone number?
Ano ang phone number mo? Ano ang phone number mo?
What time is it?
Anong oras na? Anong oras na?
What is it?
Ano iyon? Ano iyon?
This is for you.
Ito ay para sa'yo. Ito ay para sa'yo.
Slower, please.
Pakibagalan. Pakibagalan.
Once again, please.
Pakiulit. Pakiulit.
Nice to meet you.
Ikinalulugod kitang makilala. Ikinalulugod kitang makilala.
It's difficult.
Ito ay mahirap. Ito ay mahirap.
I'm good.
Mabuti naman ako. Mabuti naman ako.
I don't understand.
Hindi ko maintindihan. Hindi ko maintindihan.
How old are you?
Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na?
How have you been?
Kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na?
It takes about 30 minutes by train.
Aabutin niyo ng halos 30 minuto sa pamamagitan ng tren. Aabutin niyo ng halos 30 minuto sa pamamagitan ng tren.
I want a bottle of water.
Gusto ko ng isang bote ng tubig. Gusto ko ng isang bote ng tubig.
I live in Los Angeles.
Nakatira ako sa Los Angeles. Nakatira ako sa Los Angeles.
My vacation starts in 2 weeks.
Magsisimula ang bakasyon ko sa loob ng 2 linggo. Magsisimula ang bakasyon ko sa loob ng 2 linggo.
I've changed.
Nagbago na ako. Nagbago na ako.
I won't do it again.
Hindi ko na iyon gagawin ulit. Hindi ko na iyon gagawin ulit.
This weekend I'm going to the movies.
Ngayong Sabado at Linggo, pupunta ako sa sine. Ngayong Sabado at Linggo, pupunta ako sa sine.
What are you doing this weekend?
Ano bang gagawin mo sa Sabado at Linggo? Ano bang gagawin mo sa Sabado at Linggo?
I'll have time next week.
Magkakaroon ako ng panahon sa susunod na linggo. Magkakaroon ako ng panahon sa susunod na linggo.
I'm busy this week.
Abala ako ngayong linggo. Abala ako ngayong linggo.
Ready to start?
Handa nang magsimula. Handa nang magsimula.
You're handsome.
Ang gwapo mo. Ang gwapo mo.
I love you.
Mahal kita. Mahal kita.
I'm having a great time.
Nasisiyahan ako. Nasisiyahan ako.
Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.